Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate you being here, and welcome back to all of our subscribers. If you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome as well. And while you're here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the like button, consider becoming a member, and to learn more about me and my company and how we can help take you to that next level, check out those links below. Now, with that said, our topic for you today, it's 8 brutal gym startup mistakes that can kill your business. 8 brutal startup mistakes that can kill your business. And certainly, if you're starting up, we want to understand these things, okay? But also, if you're in business and you're trying to go to that next level and try to do some additional things, take a look at these as well. You might be making some of these same kinds of mistakes. All right. So with that said, let's get into this and let's look at some things that we can do to improve. And so number one, brutal mistakes that'll kill your business. Number one is allowing love to make you stupid. Okay, allowing love to make you stupid. And here's what I mean, and certainly in the startup phase, we see this frequently, is we do things that we like instead of maybe what our customer likes. Well, here's how I like to work out. Here's how I like to do things. When you're putting this gym in, we're not putting it in for us in that sense. We're putting it in for our customer. And so make sure you do your research on this and make sure it's not just, hey, I'm going to put this place in because this is how I like to work out and I'm going to be in here every day. Don't let love, make you stupid in that regard. Okay. Number two, lacking focus. Okay. And I see this a lot with the new club startups. We also see it, for more established gyms. And what I mean by lacking focus is we get easily distracted, by shiny objects. We get easily distracted, by shiny objects. We get easily distracted. Oh, we can do this, and we can do this, and we can do this. And before you know it, you're spending too much money. You're taking on more overhead than you need to. And I can remember when I was building my clubs, kind of in those early stages, and we had gone. I think my primary investor, he invited me to a grand opening that we had gone to somewhere else in the country, and we got there, and these guys were just killing it. They were doing a great job. And he's getting really excited, and it was him and another investor. She was there, and then myself, and he was getting excited. He goes, "Yeah, Jim, when we get back to town, we're going to do this, and we're going to add this, and we're going to add this." And they were all things that were really kind of contradictory to how we normally did things. And I'll never forget our third investor there. She kind of elbowed her way in, and she goes, "Aren't you boys forgetting something? Do more with less." That was kind of our mantra, right? Do more with less. And because, he was getting really pumped up and he was getting me all excited about, we're going to do this, this, and this. And the shiny objects, okay? Stay focused. Stay focused on what your business plan calls for. Number 3 on, brutal startup mistakes, and this is being undercapitalized. Okay, not having enough funds, not having enough money, to get this done and to get it done properly. Now, there's a lot of ways you can kind of mitigate your risk. Whether you can lease equipment, instead of buying it. You can negotiate. Sometimes all of it. Your finish out. With your landlord. Okay, is a great way to mitigate some of that if you don't have proper funding, and then. That ramp up to profitability, if you get, say 90 days pre-sales, you get 90 days abated rent, you get 6 months of strong selling. We've had clubs that were, breaking even by that month 7 of selling, month 4 in the gym. We've had that. And so good things can happen there. But one of the things that I would suggest when you just kind of look at this from a general standpoint of being undercapitalized, okay, whatever it takes us to put this in, but let's make sure that we have at least 1 month of operating in reserve in the bank. If it costs us $50,000 a month to run this, we want to make $50,000, in the bank. Okay. Number 4, brutal gym startup mistakes. Planning too much. Planning too much. We want a plan. You want to write a business plan. You want to get education. But it's kind of like, if you think too much about something, you'll never get it done. If you think too much about something, you kind of get stuck in the mud. Okay? Move through this. Okay? Don't over plan. You're not going to be perfect. And any plan you put together, the way I try to explain it, it's all done in pencil because it's going to change. It's going to move around a little bit. And we want to be agile enough, to kind of move with it. Number 5 on brutal startup mistakes, and maybe just brutal mistakes in general, is choosing the wrong investor. Choosing the wrong investor. There's an old adage in business and dealing with investors that, all money is not equal. All money is not equal. And you want somebody that, it's just clear, what their role is going to be. It's clear how this is going to work. And it's clear who's making the decisions. Make sure there's no, misunderstanding here. Whether it's debt, whether it's equity, who you're going to get it from, and how that money converts. It's not all equal. Okay, so choose the right investor. And if you don't have that right investor, you may have to find a way to get them out. I know many times when I get involved with clubs, and they'll say, Jim, hey, the first thing I like to work on is, can you get me out of this partnership? Okay, and we've done that many times, sometimes successfully, sometimes, when I say successfully, financially successfully, and then other times maybe it cost a little more, to kind of get out of that. So, choosing the wrong investor is a brutal mistake. Number 6 on brutal mistakes is hiring too quickly. Okay, hiring too quickly. For example, one of the better pre-sales I think that we did for a club was we had one person that worked there. She was going to be the manager. She was the manager. She worked the entire pre-sales. She worked it just about all by herself the entire time, had a very good pre-sales. She loved doing it. It worked extremely well. And there easily could have been a tendency to, let's hire 3 or 4 more people. Okay, and maybe that the expense would have outpaced, maybe the money, that we had on hand. So don't hire too quickly. I'd rather you hire more slowly, hire as you're ready. And you can even make the same argument, I think, when it comes to outfitting your gym, depending on the kind of gym. A lot of times we'll outfit this gym like it's at full capacity, when in reality we're not going to be full capacity maybe for 12 months maybe. Okay, you can gradually kind of work your way up. So hiring too quickly, don't take on that overhead if you're not ready for it just yet. Number 7 on brutal gym startup mistakes is not listening to customers. Listen to your customers, read your reviews, do surveys, do email surveys, do exit interviews. Listen to your customers. This is a great thing for not just new startups, but for everyone to do. Listen to what your customers are saying. What do they like? What do they not like? How do they view, your facility? But make sure we're listening to our customers, and, they might be right. Okay. And then number 8, I see this one frequently in a lot of things, is trying to be perfect. From my standpoint, it's like whether you're putting out, videos, you're putting out blogs, you're putting out something else. The most important thing is the content and what we're delivering. Don't wait to be perfect. Okay. If you do, nothing will probably ever get done. And sometimes even being perfect is not what we think it is. I remember, back with my gyms as we had kind of grown and gotten better and better. And I used to do all the advertising myself. I just like being close to it. I saw it as something I should be doing because, we had to have traffic flow. I wanted that full responsibility. And I'll never forget, we ended up hiring an ad agency, to kind of handle it. And our numbers just immediately went down. And, one of my analysis of that is we were so perfect, we were so clean, we were so slick, in this ad production, that we were talking so far above everybody else. And we got rid of that group. I took it back over. And it was kind of my unsophisticated approach at the time. I had my sketch pad, I had my big eraser, my pencil, and I'm sketching out these ads and what they're going to look like. And they started working again. Don't wait to be perfect. Okay, don't try to be perfect. Okay, we want to make sure we're talking to our customer. We want to make sure we're delivering information that brings value, that solves problems, and provides solutions. So 8 brutal gym startup mistakes that can kill your business. And if you're brand new, let's see if we can avoid these. If you're in business, are we making any of these mistakes right now? If so, let's get the ship righted. Let's get it back on track. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. You can learn more about me and my company in the links below. And if you've not yet done so, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Consider becoming a member with us. And we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.